Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time for RuPaul's Drag Race. This week was a week that I love. It was about looks. They had a ball of a ball. I think that was the title of the episode this week, the ball. It was basically everything revolved around sports, balls. They had to create a look. I love when they have to come up with their own fashion. So let's get right into it because I went to go get my hair pressed, and you all seen I have natural hair, so these curls probably not gonna last the whole video. I don't know why I spend my money on pressing my hair, but I love it, but it never lasts. But y'all don't care nothing about my head. Let's talk about the episode. It opens up with, I'm gonna title the beginning of the episode, Delusions. First, Britta and Jan, they felt like they should have been at the top. They don't understand what went wrong. Everyone on this show thinks they're great. Everyone on this show feels like they should win every week. So get over it. You ain't win. Let's move on. The Trixie girl said her makeup was light. What she had on last week was light makeup. What's her name? Crystal. I call her Trixie. I don't care. Trixie number 2. I said light where? Her whole face was covered in pink and purple. You barely saw an inch of natural shade. Delusions? Where was that makeup light? And lastly, Nikki Doll thinks she slayed the lip sync. She was like, yeah, I sent her home. I was like, Nikki, if it wasn't technically the first week where someone could go home, Ru could have sent both of y'all home easily. That lip sync last week sucked. You barely beat Dahlia. And in my mind, if I was Ru, if I was judging, Nikki, you would have went home. But Nikki, calm down. You are not a lip sync assassin. You're not sending nobody else home. Don't get in that bottom 2 again, girl. But let's move on. Next, Ru come in the workroom and they got to buzz around like bumblebees, and it was something to entertain me, but no one really killed it. On my list, I said I liked Widow, Heidi, and Crystal. I liked the dancing Crystal. You could dance. But Gigi won. And what did Britta do? Britta did something where it looked like she wanted to do a death drop or a split, but she just landed on her hip. I said, girl, you gonna break your hip doing that. But Ru gave it to Gigi. I said, did he just give it to the last person he saw? Because Gigi was clearly not the best. Yes, she did a little backflip in heels, but Widow did the same flip, and she 3 times, no shade, but she's bigger than Gigi, and she did the same thing in heels. So I don't know. But moving on, she won $2,500. That's big. That's big. It ain't like she just won a pair of earrings like they used to win. But moving on, nothing was really going on in the workroom. You know, Ru told them that it was, what is it, eleganza. It's a ball. Get your 3 looks together. I think they got to be female sports, basketball wives, and make something out of these balls. No one was really shading. No one was really reading. As I'm looking around the workroom, I can already tell the people who are in the bottom 3, I already knew they were going to be in the bottom 3. And that was Aiden, Britta, and Rockham. The whole time, Britta was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Whenever someone doesn't know what they're doing from the beginning, it's a disaster is coming up. So, in the mirror moments, everyone is reading Aiden for not trying. Apparently, Aiden done went and took a nap. And it looked like she took a nap because her outfit looked, all of her outfits at this ball looked a mess. I'm going to read Ru later. We going to get there. Y'all already know. Rockham had an interesting conversation where he says someone told him that Asians drag is easy, I guess, because they're naturally pretty or naturally feminine. And so for them to put on a little bit of makeup, it's easy for them to be drag queens. I might not have got all the words right, but that's technically what they were saying. But Rockham let it be known that he's been doing this anime makeup for a while. Kimchi and Trixie are not the originators, and I agree. Just because Trixie and Kimchi were on the show and were the first ones to show that type of makeup, maybe to the masses, because like I said, Drag Race is where I see my entry into this world. I really don't know a lot about the drag culture. But so they were the first ones I ever seen do that type of makeup. But Rockham let it be known, just because you've seen them first don't mean they're the originators. A lot of people do that style of makeup, and I get it. I'm gonna stop reading them for doing it. But mind you, excuse me, I love Kimchi's makeup. Kimchi's makeup was drastic every week, but it was different every week. I've never liked Trixie's makeup, so I probably will never like Trixie #2's makeup, Crystal. But this week, Rockham's, we're going to get to it, but I'm going to shout you out right now. Rockham, your makeup this week was different, and it was gorgeous. Gorgeous. I don't know if it's true about Asians having naturally feminine faces, and it was very plastique like, because plastique is gorgeous. Rockham, your face was gorgeous. I don't care. Paint however you want to paint, but that natural makeup was gorgeous. See, look at my curls. Already dead. Moving on. Rue, he looked amazing as normal. The guest judge this week was Leslie. They put Leslie right next to Ross, and they cut up the whole they cut up the whole ball, and I was here for it. But Leslie can tend to be on team too much, like very loud, very okay, girl, calm down. That's what Miss Sophia does over on the Queen's Supreme Court. Calm down. That could be Leslie sometimes, but let's get into it, because I enjoyed Leslie. The first set of looks is called Lady Ballers, and you know this is what I love to do. I love to give my yes ma'ams or my no ma'ams. So let's get into it. Jackie was first. She was a lacrosse player, female lacrosse. Her outfit was just a ma'am. I mean, it was just a glitter jersey, but I was here for her silver wedges. The wig was a no ma'am. It was a pixie cut wig, but it just made you look like a man, Jackie. So you almost got a no ma'am because of the wig, but because of the shoes, you just got a ma'am. Moving on, Nikki was a football player. Nikki got a ma'am. Nikki's hair and makeup were capital yes ma'ams. That hair, that Justin Bieber like fling, and a little pixie, little bit longer, like a Twiggy style wig. Yes ma'am, Nikki. That makeup, whatever you had around your eyes that looked like kind of glitter feathers, and yes ma'am to that makeup, Nikki. But you get red because your outfit looked like the same outfit you wore when y'all did the glitter feathers. It was the same little leotard. You just put on some glitter football pads instead. So you just get a ma'am. Try harder. Because, see, last season they read Vanjie. By now they would have been reading Vanjie. They ain't read you yet, but you better have some more than these black leotards with glitter pieces on top. Okay. Aiden did A League of Her Own. God, I wish my memory is better. I can't remember the queen that did it before. I like them. He was the one who could roller skate really good when they did the ball that year. And he did A League of His Own. It was better. Aiden, yours was not better. If you're going to do something as a repeat, it has to be better than the first. You get a ma'am. Because it wasn't bad, it just wasn't, it was a repeat. You just get a ma'am. Rockham, I was here for Rockham in that tetherball wig. At first, when she first came out, and I said, Rockham, this has nothing to do with sports. I mean, what are you doing? Gymnastics? This is just a yellow leotard. But when she dropped that ball out and started swinging it, oh, I said, yes, ma'am, Rockham. That was a moment. That was something never seen before on Drag Race, which at this point now, season 12, is very hard to do. But because it was just a yellow leotard, you just got a ma'am. But I was here for the hair moment. Jada was a female basketball player. She got a yes, ma'am. I like Jada. I probably gave her a yes, ma'am, when she probably only deserved a ma'am. Her hair and makeup, flawless as usual. But it was just a lady basketball player. It wasn't anything fabulous to it. Moving on, Britta was a baseball. She was a yes, ma'am. I love that dress. That dress... My son at the door. My husband to get it. I love that baseball player dress, the puffy sleeves. But tell me, you all tell me, get in the comments, what is up with everyone putting stuff in their mouth, licking things? Like Aiden licked the baseball when he had the baseball. And Britta pulled something out of her mouth. I don't know what it was. I'm assuming it might have been a baseball glove. I don't know, but y'all, everybody knows. And this is before the coronavirus concerns. But just now, watching people lick and stuff in their mouth, knowing what's going on right now, I'm just like, this is disgusting. Even before Corona, I ain't one for licking stuff and just throwing it all in your mouth. You don't know where it's been. I'm sure it's been in your suitcase, but where has it been before that? Moving on, that was nasty, licking on whatever was in your mouth. But it was a ma'am. Yeah, it was a yes, ma'am. I enjoyed that. Crystal, yes, ma'am. I said Grease, realness. She was a lady bowler, but she looked like those ladies in Grease, the bad ones, not the good ones. In those like tight latex style pants. I was here for it. Crystal, I'm gonna try not to call you Trixie number 2. I was here for it, but I still put down I don't like the makeup. Like, I know you went lighter, but to me, when you go lighter, it just looked like your face not done. I agree, you have to go all the way Trixie or paint completely differently. Like, I don't know, I just don't like it. Moving on. Jan got a ma'am. She was a literal soccer ball from the hair down to the feet. It was team too much, Jan. I felt like maybe if you took the elbow things off and the shin guards off and just had on that nice crop top and skirt with maybe the black and white wig and not the soccer headpiece as well, it would have been better. It was definitely team too much, and I didn't like it. I gave you a ma'am. It was almost a no ma'am. It was almost a no ma'am. But let's move on. Heidi was the Lady Tiger Woods. They were reading Heidi. They called her Heidi Whore and everything. It was funny because I think isn't her new name Heidi Ho, because Ru said he refuses to call her Heidi in closet ever again. Whatever. I hope Heidi Ho sticks. I wouldn't want to be called Heidi Ho either. I would just go by Heidi. Just Heidi. Like Jan is just Jan. Just be Heidi and leave it alone. Leave it alone. And she has stuff in her mouth too. Like ping pong balls. Nasty. Widow was a yes ma'am. She was like a lady horse rider. What do they call those? Equestrian. That type of feel. It was simple, but it was a yes ma'am. What did Ross say? He had me cracking up. Leslie said it. She said she's already had horses. That cracks me up. And you know, because it comes from she's already done had hers, and y'all saw it. It was funny. Moving on. Gigi. To me, Gigi was just a ma'am. One, I didn't get the reference because I've never seen that movie Heather. Since we stuck in the house, I might look it up. I mean, I don't know. Um, and then it was another jacket, blazer. We seen that last week with the orange buttons. Like, what else you got, Gigi? It was just the man. It looked good, but I hope she doesn't get stuck in the blazers. Moving on, now we're on to basketball wives. And when I think of basketball wives, I'm thinking of Evelyn Lozada, Tammy Roman, Shawnee. You know, I'm thinking these ladies dress. These ladies dress. So some of you all got yes ma'ams or no ma'ams based on what I think a basketball wife is. Jackie, I want to give you a no ma'am. I wrote ma'am on my paper, so I'm going to stick to it. But now that I think about it, I want to give you a no ma'am. It looked like you have on beach wear. It was just a white bikini top with a bikini bottom. The tuck was awful. It was distracting. I was distracted by the tuck. And it was just netting pants. Nah. No, ma'am. I don't care what I wrote down. Nikki got a ma'am. First, you back in that black thong leotard. You just put on some leopard print tights over it, and the leopard print tights were a no ma'am. But that red ostrich feather vest with the belts, kilt. That was kilt. If you would have put that on with something different, with maybe like a nice pencil skirt that hit right below the knee and it was super tight with your pumps, then you would have got a yes ma'am. Nobody walks around with their vaginas out like that. Moving on. Aiden was definitely a no ma'am. A no ma'am. Peggy Bundy is not who we reference when we want to be a basketball wife. Like, even the basketball wives on the D League getting a little bit of change don't dress like that. And the wig was a mess. You were a no ma'am. I'm gonna read Rue later. Rockham was a ma'am. Her hair and makeup were flawless. Rockham, the dress was banging too. That was Evelyn Lozada would have wore that, but the fit of the dress was awful, and your padding was a fool. I don't know what was up with your padding in that dress, and it was just a ton of fabric. It did not fit. But let's move on because there's so many more looks. Jada was a capital. Yes, ma'am. That burgundy looks beautiful on your skin. The hair and makeup, I don't even have to say anything about the hair and makeup. You gonna do the hair and makeup regardless. Jada looked like money. Jada looked like she has much money and was just doing a little thing on the RuPaul's Drag Race for you all, just showing you a little bit of burgundy dress and fur. Amazing. It was beautiful. Britta, you were a no ma'am. She said she was channeling Kim K from the Met Gala when Kim was doing that liquid wet look. Kim K wear, Britta. That wasn't even Kim W. Kim Williams didn't have that on. Like, that dress looked a fool. And yellow isn't your color, Britta. And it was a no ma'am. It was a no ma'am. And she had money in her mouth again. And we all know money is nasty. I don't get it. Next up is Crystal. Crystal, she almost had a yes ma'am. I brought her down because of the makeup. I'm just never going to like Crystal's makeup. But that long blonde, bleached blonde hair, that's a look for you, Crystal. I like that. It was gorgeous. The dress was cute. Definitely could see Tammy Roman running around LA in that dress. So you met the challenge. You got a ma'am. Jan, I gave you a no ma'am. That was not basketball wife. That was soccer mom. My husband does IT wife. I'm a mess. But that's what that gave me. Like, I did not like the glitter tracksuit at all. Period. The purse did not look expensive. I don't care if it said Janelle. I don't care if it said Chanel. It was ugly. And just because you put on red bottoms with something don't make you a basketball wife. Try again. It looked cheap. Heidi, I gave you a yes, ma'am, but I said you were a basketball wife going to church. You met the challenge. Moving on. Widow, yes, ma'am. What Widow wears what I would like to have in my closet. That oversized, team too much peplum top. I would be wearing it to work, just floating around the office, swinging my arms, doing too much, as I usually am doing anyway. I loved it, Widow, and every piece of jewelry from the earrings down to that ring, that iridescent, where it goes from red to green to blue to purple. I need it. Where you get that from, Widow? Get in the comments. I need it. I need it. Gigi Good. I said your whole name. Gigi Good. That snake print trench dress with the matching boots. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I ain't got nowhere to wear it. Church on Sunday. I gotta have it. She killed it with that look. That was the best basketball wife look to me. And y'all know I love Jada, but she killed it. Like, it's Gigi and Jada. Gigi and Jada. Nikki a sprinkle sometime if she can get out those leotards. But Gigi and Jada, they killing it. They killing it. I don't even know why y'all showed up. What they say? They give it to you every ball. She gives it to you every ball. Gigi. That was amazing. That was amazing. Moving on. So now we're at the balls to the walls. Eleganza. Extravaganza. Whatever Rue says. Y'all know what he says. Okay, Jackie is up again. Jackie got a yes, ma'am. Jackie's outfit felt like latex to me with a splash of the soccer balls designed in there. It was very creative. I liked it, Jackie. I love when Jackie goes back to the 60s. Like, that's your era, Jackie. Stay there. Stay there. I love your drag when you're very mod like that. Nikki Dow, you got a yes, ma'am. Nikki's was very creative. I love the color story. It reminded me of Evie Oddly when she did that jellyfish last season. Very jellyfish-ish, but I loved how you put those huge hips on the outside of the dress to just give it something different. Like, Nikki, I was there with you in that look. I was there with you. Aiden, you already know Aiden had a no ma'am. Aiden took a nap. Aiden just stuck some cotton balls on his little corset. It took him about 30 minutes and she was done. It was very simple and she had no concept. Until Jan told her, you look like a referee. She's like, oh, I wonder if I can find a whistle. Like, no ma'am. Ooh, I can't wait to read Rue in a few minutes. Rockham, that was a no ma'am. Like, you really did. You were on team way too much. You should have picked a color scheme. Like, I loved your pink wig. Your hair was bomb. I understood your over-the-top makeup. Okay, I ain't really like it. But if you would have stuck with pinks, purples, and maybe a soft white or cream, and just made a color story and not pick up every cotton ball you could find, maybe it would have looked better. And maybe if you didn't have the bottom part and you just made it like a nice leotard or mini skirt. I don't know, Rockham, but it was just a no, ma'am. Jada got a yes, ma'am. I did her hair with that gold. That hair look Jada does with the turban-like and the curls falling in the front is always my favorite look for her. And she slays with the makeup. I like the dress. It kind of I felt like someone did the soap suds last season. Or was it on All Stars when Monet Exchange kind of did a repeat of her sponge, but she did bubbles? I don't know. It was cute. You got a yes, ma'am, Jada. You got a yes, ma'am. Moving on. Britta, it was a no, ma'am. You did not look like a pineapple. I hated the shoes. Those yellow shoes were awfully ugly with all those balls put on them. I wish you would stop embellishing your shoes and just wear the pumps. No extra. But the outfit really wasn't that bad. Y'all know she was in the bottom. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't a pineapple. You would have probably did better calling yourself a corn, cause pineapples. Moving on, it just was not a pineapple, but it wasn't awful. Crystal, you gotta know, ma'am, you just look like a clown. That's all I saw was clown. So moving on, Jan, you got a yes, ma'am, from me. I liked it. I just can't put my finger on why I liked it. I like the concept. I like the bubbly, oversized blue skirt. A yes, ma'am. You can get a yes, ma'am. Heidi, you, for this challenge, was trying to read Rock'em. You gotta know, ma'am. You looked a fool, Heidi, in that green. You look like the green beans man, the green giant. You looked a fool with the little purple cape on, and then your bald head wig cap, whatever they call those to make you look bald. It didn't fit. It looked very wrinkly, like them cats that are bald and wrinkled. I hated the outfit. I hated the headpiece. That was a no, ma'am. If it wasn't for you doing in the first two parts of the ball, you could have found yourself in the bottom as well. Don't read people on the look. Stick to dancing. Next is Widow. Widow got a yes, ma'am. I was there with you for that nod to Wakanda Forever. I got it. I love the color story. That ponytail was life to me. I love that ponytail. Matter of fact, go ahead and make that ponytail and sell it at the beauty supply store so I can go ahead and pick that up. I love that ponytail. That was everything. And I agree. I hate the shoes. They read you again. Ross was like, yellow. It's your shoes. I fell out. I ain't as funny. I know. But y'all watched it. Like, when they said that, I was like, Leslie, I hit the floor. I was like, Ross. Ross, you should have put Leslie by Michelle Visage, because Ross and Leslie were cutting up that whole ball. And last and definitely not least was Gigi. Gigi got a capital yes, ma'am. She slays every ball. She's going to give it to you. I love Gigi. I really love Gigi's looks. I love her creativity. I love that she can sew. I love that her mother taught her how to sew. Most importantly, Gigi looked expensive. Like, I know it was just a little piece of white fabric with some like wooden like colorful balls. She looked like this trick cereal box. But Gigi that dress looked like it cost good money. Good money. And that's part of the challenge. Like, I know I done gave y'all some cheap little material, but it looked like you spending good money. Yes, ma'am, Gigi. Let's get on with, that's the end of the ball. The top three this week was Nikki, Jada, and of course Gigi. And of course Gigi won. I agree. Gigi should have won. I love Jada, but she did better than Jada. Period. And Nikki really didn't have to be at the top, but if she wasn't, who else would be there? I almost want to say Jackie, but whatever. Nikki could have been in the top three. Okay, now let's get to the bottom three. We already knew who they were from the workroom. Rock'em, Aiden, and Britta. Now, what I don't understand for the life of me, how was Aiden safe, Rue? When he said, Aiden, you're safe, I started reading the TV. I was like, safe where? Like, safe where? He did awful in all three parts of the ball. I don't agree with Britta being at the bottom. Like, even a little bit of untucked, Britta didn't feel like she was going to lip sync. Britta's even though she was not a pineapple, her dress looked way better than Aiden's and Rock'em's put together. Are we just it's starting to feel like you just trying to save certain people. Because last week, I really didn't feel like Dahlia should have been in the bottom. But we ain't gonna go back to last week. Um, yeah, because it could have been Rockham or Britta, but definitely Aiden should have been there. Aiden did not slay any part of that ball. Any part. Rue, I want to see the grading scale. Like, what were the numbers? What were the other judges thinking? Do people just want to keep Aiden around because he's a little bit different and you want to keep that little bit of oddness in the competition so everyone eventually won't start being the same? Like, I feel like if you want to do that, don't have the ball your second challenge. When you know the looks people are going to slay and some of the people you want to keep around are going to do awful. What do y'all think? Get in the comments. Let me know. Could y'all believe Aiden was safe? Now let's just get to the lip sync. Because I don't understand it. If Aiden doesn't go home this week, he has to go home next week. Because what other looks are they going to give? You going to work?
Yeah.
Okay, have a good night. Okay, we get to the lip sync. It's Britta and Rockham. And I've always been on the fence with Rockham, but this episode I really started to like Rockham. I really started to open up to his personality and like, oh, I like Rockham. And Britta was on the fence too. I don't like the way Britta talks to Aiden. Is that why y'all kept Aiden around? Because you was going to save Britta. And you want Aiden and Britta to fight some more? Like, I don't know. Rockham went home. Rockham, when you know you're close.
Can I use some lotion?
Hurry up. You see I'm making a video. Rockham, when you're in the workroom and you know that it's a possibility that you're going to have to lip sync, that was your opportunity to get them scissors and start cutting off the bottom part of your dress. Rockham, if you know you're going to lip sync, as Rue has already told you on the stage, don't fuck it up, whatever Rue was saying, that was your opportunity to start shredding and tearing away at that dress. What cost you, because I feel like when you and Britta were lip syncing, you were kind of killing Britta. You did too many splits. You did 4 splits, I believe. I hope this teaches people or shows people you don't have to do all them splits to win. Sometimes it's too much. Do 1 split and then do something else. But you were still killing a lip sync and you was dancing. But what hurt you is the whole first verse of the song. You were too busy trying to tear off the bottom part of your dress instead of lip syncing. You would have did better just to hit a split in that whole dress. Lift it up and hit your split. Because that's what killed you, is you were taking too much time trying to tear off the bottom part of your dress. Sorry, Rockham. I'm sorry to see you go. I felt like it was definitely too soon. I definitely felt like you could have done a lot better and would have made it a lot further. And to me, you didn't do the worst. I mean, yes, you did. Yeah, it should have been you and Aiden, and you probably would have killed the lip sync on Aiden. But we shall never know. We shall never know. Untucked really didn't give anything. I liked when Leslie came around and talked to everyone. She encouraged. I believe she was talking to Heidi and Aiden about being from small towns, and it doesn't matter where you from. Go out there and do your best. Show them who you are. I loved how she told Widow, I hate your shoes. And she signed her shoes and was like, I hate your shoes, Leslie 2019. Kind of like, please don't wear these again. Like, Widow, yes. It's better to wear the same shoes than ugly shoes. I agree. I did like Leslie coming back, talking to everyone. And I kind of fast forward through the rest. Like, it wasn't any real drama yet. Give us a couple of more episodes for people to really work on some people's nerves. And we'll get there. We'll get there. I think the queens really like each other this season. So, and I don't really see a overly powerful personality like a Silky who can't get along with Evie. Like, I don't see that brewing yet. We shall see. All right, y'all. That's all I had to give. I still talk too much, but it's Rue's fault. He the one who wanted to have a ball and have all these looks to talk about. So I was happy to talk about it. Get in the comments. Let me know what you all think about everyone's outfits. Who you thought should have been the top or the bottom. Do you think Rockham should have went? Do you think Britta should have went? I felt like between Rockham and between Rockham and Britta, Rockham should have went home, but Aiden should have been up there. And let's see what Aiden can do. But oh well, I can't wait to watch it next week. I will get back with you all next week. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Oh, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.